Okay, so I got you started already on learning how to go from binomials to quadratics, and then you can use the formula to solve the quadratics. And then you can use the binomials to check the quadratics. All right, so I got you started already. You know how to take binomials and multiply them into a quadratic, and then you know how to solve the quadratic using the formula, and then you know how to use the binomials to check the answer, to check your solutions from the formula. And today it's kind of a little different. You're working backward. You're going to reverse that, and you're going to take a quadratic and find the binomials that would have multiplied together to get it. Now, not all quadratics are solvable this way, but some of them are, and even though it's a little hard to get started, it's a little uncomfortable, it works better in the long run sometimes. Okay, so let's start. I don't know if I'm doing this right, but let's say if you have x squared minus 9x plus 18. There's your quadratic. You need two binomials, and so you're going to set yourself up. I need two binomials, and remember that the first terms are going to multiply together to give you that first term in your quadratic. And so what could I multiply times two things times each other to get x squared? And so that's going to be x times x. And the next part is you need two numbers. Look at the sign of c. Remember that that's ax squared plus bx plus c. And you need two numbers that when multiplied together give you positive 18. And those same two numbers need to add together to be negative 9. So you're going to multiply them together to get 18, positive 18, and you're going to add them together to get negative 9. And so that would be, let's see, it would be negative. So that's a negative, and that's a negative because we're going to be multiplying two numbers together to get 18. And so let's talk about some of the numbers that you could multiply together to get 18, positive 18, and they both have to be negative. So 18 and 1. Well, you can't add negative 18 and negative 1 to get negative 9. How about 9 and 2? You can't add negative 9 and negative 2 together to get negative 9. 6 and 3. Okay, well, that works because if I multiply negative 3, hang on, multiply negative 3 times negative 6, that gives me positive 18, and if I add negative 3 to negative 6, I get negative 9. So that's where I would need it to be, and so these are now my binomials. And if you do FOIL, you'll see that x times x is x squared, and x times negative 6 is negative 6x, and inside there is negative 3 times 6 is negative 3x, and then last is negative 3 times negative 6, which is positive 18. And when you combine like terms, the way I showed you yesterday, you're going to come up with x squared minus 9x plus 18. All right, so that makes sure that we're back where we need to be. Okay, and then, so what is the use of this? Why would this be a good thing? Well, if we can take these two right here, and we can take them over here, we can say, we can make each one of those equal to 0. Because remember, if you want to find the y, if the x-intercept, you make y 0. And so this is going to be x minus 3 is equal to 0. You add 3 to both sides, so that gives me x is equal to 3. And so that's one of your solutions to this quadratic. And the other one would be x minus 6 is equal to 0. You add 6 to... Hang on. All right, so you add 6 to both sides, and that gives you x is equal to 6. And so your two solutions are 3 and 6. And this gives us a way to do it without going all the way through the quadratic formula. And if it works, if it's one of the quadratics that it works with, then it's a little easier, it's a little faster, and you're able to get it done in a more timely manner. Remember that these over here, these are not solutions. These two binomials are called factors. And these are factors. And these and these are called solutions. And they're called zeros. And they're called intercepts. Remember that there's going to be a lot of trial and error with this. You're going to try different numbers to see that -3 and that -6 over here in the factors. You're going to have to try different numbers. You're going to have to change your signs around. There's going to be a lot of trial and error. Don't let that freak you out. You'll get better at it as you go along. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be great. There's going to be balloons and unicorns and wonderful things. So work hard on the problems that I send you. I'm going to send you a worksheet with 20 of these on there, and you need to get all 20 of those done before you come back. All right.